I ran across a video today from Madison regarding location sharing, and so I thought I'd give some of my own input on this since she did ask for input from fellow photographers. It seems like her take is that essentially if she's shooting somewhere that is public or is well trafficked by other photographers, then she's comfortable sharing locations. However, if she's shooting on private property or she finds one a little bit more out of the way, she might be a little bit more hesitant to share those locations. And one of the things that she's noticed is that specifically because she lives in a small town, sometimes if she uses private property, other photographers recognize it and then start shooting there too, which then leads to phone calls from the property owners asking if she's starting to shoot on their property again when she hasn't been. So from my perspective, I like to always kind of start with the idea that a location should not be the only reason that someone's choosing you to be their photographer. So if you feel like the location is the only reason that someone's choosing you to take their photos, then you probably have a little bit more work to do. And you know, every one of us has been there, so it's not that big a deal. Now, I like to give the example of paper backdrops, right? So paper backdrops have been around for decades, and yet people still manage to find new and innovative ways, and they just really stretch their creativity around these paper backdrop shoots. So photographer to photographer, there's always going to be quite a bit of difference in looks, so you shouldn't be scared to give out locations. That being said, I do actually kind of follow the same methodology as you do when it comes to locations. So if something's public land or it's a place that photographers go all the time, I'm right there with you. I'm more than happy to give out those locations. Private property, what I'll usually do is I'll tell someone, hey, you know, this is the location. It's private property though, so you're definitely gonna have to reach out to the owner. And last time I spoke with them, they weren't really hoping to have a lot of photographers come through. So if you reach out, there's a chance that we all may lose access to the site. So, you know, I still will tell people, but I'll let them know that they have to get special permission. I don't think there's been a location that I've ever not given out. And I know there are some photographers out west, because I'm in the Phoenix area right now, who, you know, they're scared that if they give out certain locations, that photographers are going to come out there and leave garbage behind and stuff, and then everyone's going to lose access. So even for some public access areas, like hiking trails or things like that, they won't tell photographers where those are at. And I understand the sentiment, but, you know, I've never agreed with collective punishment. So from my perspective, you know, you're never going to be able to avoid a few bad apples. However, I think as a community, if we see something that someone's left behind, if we help clean it up and help maintain it amongst our group, then we can sort of delay some of those repercussions that may come from some of the bad photographers. So that's my 2 cents on sharing locations.